Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Kira Cheradona, and I'm here to inform you guys about defunding Planned Parenthood and the future of women's health in America. Planned Parenthood is a trusted healthcare provider, an informed educator and advocate, as well as a global partner to similar organizations of Planned Parenthood. They are more than an abortion clinic. They have been helping women for hundreds of years. This is a social issue that I'm very passionate about and have been informed on for quite some time now. I really take women's health and women's rights very personally and seriously because I am a woman in America today, and also someone who uses Planned Parenthood for my everyday life for women's health and needs and even information. Um, Planned Parenthood has been around for over hundreds of years now, 100 years now, to help women and their well-beings based on respect for each and every individual right to make a independent decision about their health, sex life, and their family planning. It's more than, like I said, it's more than just an abortion clinic. They provide STD testing and treatment for STDs. They provide birth control from implants in the arm, IUDs, oral pills, and the shots as well. They provide well woman exams that women have to get every year after the ages of 18. They're called pap smears. If you're not informed, now you know. They also provide cancer screening and some treatments and prevention plans for women who are going through breast cancer, or if they find cancer in their blood or whatever it may be, cervix, they can point women in the right direction to know where to go and to get the proper health care that they need. They also provide abortion services, hormone therapy, infertility services, which are very big right now with IVF and everything else for women who actually cannot have kids but want to have kids. And they overall just provide general health care to women. It's not everything else that the media and other people make it out to be. Now that you know a little bit about Planned Parenthood, how long they have been here, and what services they actually provide, I'll now begin to explain the stigma behind Planned Parenthood that everybody hears about. Oh, they kill millions of kids a year, all this big pro-life movement that's kind of going on right now, and the stigma behind the pro-life movement. And I'm here just to touch a little bit more on that and how that directly correlates to this talk of defunding Planned Parenthood. The stigma mostly comes from abortions, but actually 3%, only 3% out of the 2.4 million women that they see a year, 3% of those women actually go there for abortions. It really blows my mind because I think only in 2019 there was only 32,000 abortions, and that sounds like a big number, but breaking it down, that's about, in total for the amount of women they saw, it was about 1 in 9 women who were actually going in there to have an abortion. 1 in 9, that's crazy. Actually breaking down that number, it sounds big when I say 32,000, but that's out of 2.4 million. Also, touching a little bit more into that, we talk about adoption and foster care. There's actually 485,000, according to adoptuskids.org. The information I got was that there's actually 485,000 children in the foster care system right now. And deeper than the system, 2.5 million children get lost in the system and fall through the cracks. Now, this is what I'm talking about: child homelessness, children who go homeless, get hooked on drugs. Most of them OD, die. Some even from victimsrus.org as well. A lot of these children also get kidnapped and sold into the sex trafficking ring. And actually 200,000 children a year are actually kidnapped or born into, they have women that they have abducted over time, and they were impregnated, and the children automatically go into sex trafficking rank, and those children are lost, never to be seen again. And that's kind of what really hits me home the most, is that we talk about Planned Parenthood and defunding them, but because of their abortion services, but we're not doing anything now to reform our system for the children we already have in our foster care system, which is quite a lot, and it's really sad, honestly. And a woman's choice to have an abortion or not is a woman's choice, and that's why there's a lot of big stigma behind Planned Parenthood, and why so many people want to have it defunded is because they just believe in abortions being wrong. But it's more than that. It's to keep women healthy, especially for the ones who do not have health care, because most women who do not have health care go to Planned Parenthood because they provide free services or payment plans or like just anything to really make life easier, because it's expensive to have these procedures done. Furthermore, a lot of it goes behind religious reasons and people and what they follow. It just really boils down to actually as a whole not defunding Planned Parenthood, but maybe reforming our system. But moving on from that, now that you know where these stigmas come from, we can talk about who this will affect after Planned Parenthood is defunded. Ultimately, we're blocking millions of women and patients from accessing their general health care that they need on a day-to-day basis, from UTIs to just, just any of the smallest thing, yeast infections. And we don't like talking about these things, but they should be talked about. The woman's body is not talked about the way it should be when it should. And that's why people making decisions about women's health care should only be women making decisions about this, because it's who it is affecting. It's affecting us. It's affecting everyone sitting in this room, and who's ever watching this. It's affecting us as a whole. Women who do not have health benefits are the highest at risk. And a lot of people are going to get sick. A lot of people are not going to receive the care that they need, and it's going to become a bigger problem than it already is, especially if we do limit abortion services as well. Like, we're going to see these foster care numbers skyrocketing. We are going to see these sex trafficking numbers skyrocketing. We're going to see all the effects really trickle down into everything, tax dollars, everything that needs to go to things like children who are in need, homelessness, families who are poor, people who cannot work. We're going to see it really trickle and move into everything. It's going to affect everyone at one point or another. According to Planned Parenthood, they stated that if the Trump-Pence administration defunds Planned Parenthood, 2.5 million women today will be affected. And that's just really goes to show the gravity of how important this healthcare is to us. Our Medicaid and our taxes don't get used for abortion services at all, actually. Title X and Medicaid prevent those tax dollars from going to that. Ultimately, you're not paying for it all. That's coming out of those women's pockets. So regardless, where women get their health care is ultimately their decision. And that's why Planned Parenthood is such an amazing corporation for women's healthcare, because they are here to inform on, every day-to-day information, sex education, things that we don't learn in school, things they do not talk about to children in school. Like, I think we've all been there growing up, going to sex education classes, and, it's just ha 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 he he, but we're not really talking about what needs to be talked about. So all in all, from what I've touched on, Planned Parenthood is something that we really desperately need in this community. It is important to all women, and I hope you learned a little bit more about what Planned Parenthood offers and the real impact they make on women every day. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a wonderful day.